Summary: Believe it to achieve it, Brian Tracy. Book link click here. Here is a summary of the additional books by Brian Tracy. Get Smart. Master Your Time, Master Your Life, Victory. These titles indicate Brian Tracy has written extensively on personal development topics such as time management, success, motivation, and productivity. The introduction suggests the current book, Believe It to Achieve It, aims to teach strategies for overcoming self-doubts and negative beliefs to achieve one's full potential. The introduction shares stories of Michelangelo's David and of Brian Tracy's own life to illustrate how transforming one's thinking and beliefs can lead to profoundly improved outcomes. You have extraordinary potential but need to understand yourself and your past to realize your full potential. Life has no instruction manual, so you must figure things out. This takes time and effort. Your thoughts and actions essentially create your lives. When you change your thinking, you can change your life. Some mental laws and principles govern who you are and what happens to you. Two important rules are, the law of cause and effect. For every product in your life, there is a cause. If you want a particular product like health or success, you must create the causes that produce it. The easiest way is to model successful people. If you do what they do, you will get the same results. If you don't, nothing can help you. The law of belief: whatever you believe with conviction becomes your reality. Your thoughts shape your expectations and determine the actions you take. Reviews can either empower or limit you. You need to challenge limiting beliefs and adopt empowering ones. Understanding these mental laws and how they have shaped you gives you the power to reshape your life in a better direction. You can identify and replace negative beliefs, choose better thoughts, and take more positive actions to achieve your desired success and happiness. Your life outcomes are not the result of luck or chance. They are the direct result of your choices and actions. Following the law of cause and effect, your thoughts and behaviors directly determine your outcomes and results. Your thoughts are creative and lead to real-world outcomes and events. Your thoughts and beliefs, especially those charged with emotion, directly shape your reality and what happens to you. Once you have an idea, the effect happens automatically. You can control your thoughts but only sometimes the results. Successful, happy people focus on what they want and how to achieve it. By often thinking about their goals and the actions to reach them, they create an upward spiral of success. You become what you think about most of the time. The foundation principle of personal growth is that you become what you think about most of the time. When you have clear, specific goals and think enthusiastically about achieving them, you direct your energy and actions toward those goals. Without clear goals, your life moves in circles. The law of belief says that what you believe with emotion becomes natural for you. Your thoughts form the lens through which you view the world. Beliefs are learned so that you can change negative thoughts to more positive ones. Questioning self-limiting beliefs is critical to personal growth. The law of expectation says that what you confidently expect tends to become real. Predicting good outcomes and successes leads to self-fulfilling prophecies. You can choose your expectations and make them either positive or negative. Predicting positive results leads to happiness and success. The law of attraction says you attract what you think about and expect in your life, especially when those thoughts are emotional and repetitive. While positive reviews and visualizing success can help motivate you, they only automatically attract what you want with action and work. You must take steps toward your goals and not just think about them. Here is a summary of the key ideas. Your mind is like a magnet that attracts into your life whatever you think about and believe in, whether positive or negative. Your emotions and feelings energize your thoughts and make them more potent in attracting what you focus on. The law of attraction means that when you have clarity and belief about what you want, you create an energy field that attracts it to you. Doubt or negativity sabotages this process. The law of sympathetic resonance means you are drawn to people and things that vibrate at the same frequency as you. This is why you feel an instant connection with some people. The law of vibration says that everything in the universe is energy in motion, including your thoughts. Your thoughts create vibrations that attract like energy. This is how ideas can travel instantly over distances. The law of repulsion means that negative, worried thoughts push away what you want, like money or opportunities. Criticizing successful people creates aversion. Admiring success attracts it to you. The law of correspondence says your outer life reflects your inner life. Your attitude and thoughts create an equivalent external reality in relationships, health, career, etc. You become what you think about. Change your thinking, change your life. Your self-concept develops from childhood based on the influences around you. Children are born with unlimited potential and only two fears. Their view of the world as safe or unsafe is shaped early on by the parental environment. Children are naturally spontaneous and uninhibited but learn negative habit patterns like the fear of failure, inhibited, and the fear of rejection, compulsive, through criticism and punishment. These become obstacles to their success and happiness. Unlearning these negative habits and reclaiming your natural spontaneity and fearlessness is critical to your power and magnetism. Success comes from mastering your mindset and emotions. Here's a summary. Young children have a natural curiosity and desire to explore the world but lack awareness of danger. Parents must spend much time stopping young children from accidentally hurting themselves. In an attempt to protect children, parents often criticize or physically punish them for their explorations. This instills in children a fear of failure and the thought that they can't do it. This fear of failure can persist into adulthood, holding people back from new opportunities and experiences. Another habit formed in childhood is the fear of rejection, which comes from conditional parental love. Children learn that they are only loved when they please their parents. This makes them overly sensitive to the opinions and criticism of others as adults. They need help making independent choices and seeking constant approval. The fear of failure and rejection are learned in childhood but felt physically in adulthood, often as tension and pain in the back and neck. They lead to negative emotions and dysfunctional relationships. Most adult problems stem from a lack of love or excessive criticism in childhood. This shapes a person's self-concept, made up of self-ideal, self-image, and self-esteem. Your self-ideal includes your values, goals and dreams. Happy people have a clear self-ideal and strive to live according to their values. Unhappy people have an unclear or non-existent self-ideal. Your self-image is how you see yourself, your inner mirror. Happy people have a positive self-image, seeing themselves as competent and effective. Unhappy people have a negative self-image. Your self-esteem is how much you like and value yourself. It's shaped in childhood based on how much your parents loved and praised you. Happy people have high self-esteem. Unhappy people have low self-esteem. To change negative habits and emotions formed in childhood, you must develop a healthy self-concept by clarifying your values, cultivating a positive self-image, and building your self-esteem through self-acceptance and accomplishments. This allows you to overcome fears of failure and rejection. Your self-image and self-esteem are formed in childhood based on your experiences and the messages you received from your parents and caregivers. Parents' mistakes, like destructive criticism and lack of love, can negatively impact a child's self-image and self-esteem. The two primary negative emotions stemming from a poor self-image and low self-esteem are the fear of failure and rejection. The fear of failure manifests as a fear of loss in many areas of life. The fear of rejection leads to a fear of criticism, disapproval, and embarrassment. To overcome limitations caused by fear and a poor self-image, imagine what you would do if you had no fear of poverty or failure. Ask yourself what one great thing you would dare to dream if you knew you could not fail. This can help you see how fear holds you back and what you might accomplish without limitations. Most people's fears and doubts keep them from achieving their full potential and living the life they want. Identifying how fear influences your decisions and holds you back is the first step to overcoming its limiting effects. Continually work to improve your self-image and build your self-esteem through positive self-talk, acknowledging your strengths and accomplishments, and daring to move beyond your comfort zone. The more you accomplish and the more rejection you face and survive, the less power fear will have over you. The key message is that you can overcome self-limiting beliefs, fear, and a poor self-image by knowing their influence and daring to move past them toward your dreams and goals. Continual self-improvement and facing your fears, no matter how small the steps, will help build your self-confidence and self-esteem over time. Here's a summary of the key points. Abraham Maslow identified a hierarchy of 5 basic human needs: physiological needs, safety needs, belongingness and love needs, esteem needs, and self-actualization needs. The first 3 are deficiency needs, and the last 2 are being needs. Fear of rejection is powerful because as babies we are entirely dependent on our caregivers. As adults we transfer that dependence to our peers and relationships. We learn to suppress our needs to avoid rejection. Self-esteem and self-actualization are higher-level needs. Achieving them leads to becoming a fully functioning person who is self-confident, content, and non-defensive. Negative emotions like fear, doubt, envy, resentment, and inadequacy hold us back from achieving higher needs and becoming fully functioning. They are often learned in childhood from critical or unloving parents. Envy provides no benefit and is always directed outward at those perceived as the enemy who must be brought down. It is damaging to the person experiencing it. Admiration of others' accomplishments motivates us rather than envying them. The laws of attraction and repulsion mean that envying others repels success and happiness from our lives. To become fully functioning, we must overcome negative emotions, satisfy our higher-level needs, and stop seeking validation from others. We must make our own choices and learn to be decisive and self-reliant. That covers the main highlights and critical lessons from the material on Maslow's hierarchy of needs, becoming a fully functioning person, overcoming negative emotions, and freeing ourselves from dependence on the approval of others. Please let me know if you want me to explain or expand on any summary part. The 5 major factors that create and sustain negative emotions are: justification. Negative emotions cannot exist unless you convince yourself you are entitled to feel that way. The more you justify your feelings, the worse they get. Identification. Taking things personally and seeing situations as a personal attack. This leads to blaming others for their behavior but excusing our own. Hypersensitivity. Being overly concerned with what others think of you. This can lead to feelings of inferiority, inadequacy, and requiring constant approval. Judgmentalism. The tendency to pass negative judgment on others, which brings negativity and unhappiness to yourself. Judging others implies you are superior, making them inferior. Lack of detachment. Unable to remain unemotional and rise above situations. Judging and getting emotional distorts your thinking. Some solutions. Practice detachment. Remain unemotional and neutral. Don't pass judgment. Ask questions rather than judge. Try to understand the other perspective. The situation may be different than it appears. Use your mind to stay calm and in control rather than make yourself angry. Refrain from judging and focus on something positive. Have compassion for others instead of judging them. It's hard to believe and have an understanding at the same time. Forgive others rather than hold on to negativity. Take care of your own emotions and don't let the behavior of others affect you. Switch your focus to something happy and uplifting. Here's a summary of the key points. Be patient and empathetic towards difficult people. Please treat them with compassion as you would a child. Remind yourself that you might act the same way under the same circumstances. Allow others to express themselves freely. Practice the Sedona method of releasing negative emotions. Identify people/events from the past you're still upset about. Ask yourself if you want to let go of the negativity and whether you will release it completely. Letting go frees you from emotional suffering. You are in control of your emotions. No one can make you feel anything without your consent. You interpret events and choose your emotional reactions. Practice compassion for others. Write down names of people you're angry at and reasons why. Then rip up the paper and throw it out. This symbolic act can help you release the past. Rationalization causes negative emotions. Don't make excuses for unacceptable behavior. Admit your mistakes and take responsibility for your actions. Expressing negative emotions, especially anger, fuels them and causes suffering. Stop rehashing upsetting events. Address the spark before the fire spreads. Anger is the worst emotion and the root of all others like fear, doubt, and resentment. Inward anger causes depression. Outward anger damages relationships. Anger arises from feeling hurt or taken advantage of. Blaming others is the core of anger and negative emotions. The more you blame and express anger, the angrier you become. Accept responsibility instead of blaming to diffuse anger. Say I am responsible. Whenever you have a negative emotion, this cancels out the negativity and restores a positive state of mind. You can only hold one thought at a time, so choose wisely. Refuse to express negative feelings. Don't dwell on upsetting events or spread negativity. Focus on solutions and the positives in life. Your thoughts and words shape your reality. Negative emotions like unhappiness come from expressing negative feelings internally or externally. Stop expressing negative emotions to feel better. You are responsible for your responses and reactions, even if an event was not your fault. Choose not to express negative emotions. Say I am responsible. To avoid blaming others, use your willpower and self-discipline to stay calm in difficult situations. Do not let emotions distort your thinking. Find reasons not to express negative emotions. Look for ways you could be responsible for avoiding anger at others. Put your emotional energy into positive goals instead. The law of emotion says you become what you think and talk about. Put your energy into positive emotions and your negative feelings will fade. Your goal should be peace of mind and happiness. Think of times you felt happy and peaceful, and try to duplicate them. Having an internal locus of control, feeling in control of your life, is linked to happiness and success. Blaming others gives them power over you. Take control of your emotions by accepting responsibility for yourself and your reactions. You will feel more in control and happiness when you take more responsibility. Guilt and unworthiness are learned and can be unlearned. Reject feelings of guilt that others use to manipulate you. Focus on your values and priorities instead. Some philosophies and groups deliberately use guilt to control people. Reject negative religion and responsibility as a means of manipulation. Choose to be free from blame. The key messages are: choose to control your emotions, do not express or dwell on negative feelings, Accept responsibility for yourself, reject guilt from others, and pursue your sources of meaning and happiness. Take back control of your emotional life through conscious choice and willpower. Withholding love and criticism during childhood can foster feelings of guilt, worthlessness, and inferiority in children. This can lead them to become guilt catchers, easily manipulated by guilt throwers. Guilt throwers manipulate others by making them feel guilty to control them. Guilt catchers feel worthless and like victims, constantly making excuses and blaming others. To overcome feelings of guilt, do the following: never criticize yourself. Practice self-compassion and say positive affirmations like "I like myself." Never criticize others. Give compliments and praise instead. Never try to make others feel guilty. Show unconditional love and acceptance. Do not let others manipulate you with guilt. Ask them directly if they are trying to make you feel guilty and tell them it will not work. Eliminate negative emotions and build positive ones by saying "I like myself" and "I am responsible." The more you like yourself, the more responsibility you take. The more responsibility you take, the more you want yourself. Find meaning and purpose by making a difference in others' lives. Having sense leads to higher self-esteem and happiness. The primary reason people are unhappy today is because they are still angry about something that happened to them in the past and have not let go of negative experiences. Two familiar sources of past hurt that can affect current happiness are issues with parents from childhood. As children, we expect our parents to be all-knowing and to make fair decisions, and if we perceive injustices, it can lead to long-term anger. Frustrated expectations. When things do not turn out the way we expect, it leads to feelings of anger, disappointment, and lack of control. We become attached to outcomes and take unmet expectations personally. To bounce back from frustrated expectations, look for the good in the unexpected outcome. There are always positives you can find. Remain flexible. Accept that life does not always go as expected. Keep an open mind. Lower your expectations in situations that often lead to frustration. This can help you view the outcome as a success. The keys to overcoming past anger and hurt are forgiveness, letting go of negative experiences, focusing on the present and future rather than the past. You cannot progress and achieve happiness when you endure past pain, but by design, you can overcome negative emotions and substitute positive thoughts. Humans are imperfect and make mistakes. Expecting perfection leads to frustration. Forgiveness is vital to happiness and maturity. It frees you from negative emotions and allows you to move on from the past. Forgiveness is for you, not the other person. It does not mean excusing their actions. You can rewire your emotional reactions by replacing negative thoughts with positive ones when bad memories are triggered. Repeat blessing and forgiving the other person. Think of forgiveness as something you do for yourself to find inner peace. Make a habit of forgiving others. There are 4 fundamental groups of people to forgive. Your parents, forgive them for any hurt from your childhood. They did their best with the knowledge they had. Past relationships, let go of negative feelings toward exes and past relationships. Everyone else, forgive people in general who have hurt you. Yourself, forgive yourself for your own mistakes and imperfections. The process of forgiveness may be complex, but it can become a habit with practice. Start with your parents, then work through other relationships and people who come to mind. You must forgive your parents for their mistakes in raising you. Holding on to anger and resentment will only hurt you, not them. Ignoring them will free you to live a happy, independent adult life. You must also forgive your exes and past romantic partners. Failed relationships are no one's fault, people change, and incompatibility happens. Blaming your ex will keep you stuck in anger and unable to move on. Accept responsibility for your role in past relationships rather than just blaming the other person. You chose to enter into and stay in those relationships too. Don't stay in unhealthy relationships just due to fear of what others might think. Put your happiness first. People do the best they can at the time with the knowledge and maturity they have. No one enters a marriage intending for it to fail. Forgive others for their faults and shortcomings. To forgive past partners, decide to let go of the anger and resentment. You won't be free as long as you cling to hope of reuniting. Write a letter expressing your feelings. Then conclude it by offering forgiveness and wishing them well. This can help achieve closure. Accept that the end of the relationship was not wholly the fault of either person. People and circumstances change. This can help you find peace. Take time for self-reflection to gain perspective on your role in what went wrong. This can lead to valuable insights so you can build healthier relationships in the future. Forgiving others is a gift you give yourself. It allows you to heal and move on to a happy, fulfilling life. Choose to ignore, let go of bitterness, and be free. Forgive your former spouse or partner. Write the letter to your ex. Taking responsibility for your role in the relationship's failure and forgiving them for everything. Mailing the letter will provide closure, though just writing and tearing it up can also help. The key is to forgive for yourself, not them. Forgive your parents. Your parents likely made mistakes in raising you, so forgive them to free yourself from anger and resentment. Forgive your mother and father separately. Recognize they did their best with the awareness and ability they had at the time. Forgive everyone else. Forgive all others who have hurt you, including siblings, friends, employers, business partners, etc. Forgive them for yourself, not them, and wish them well. Cancel negative thoughts about them and eventually you will forget them. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for past mistakes, wicked deeds, thoughtless acts, etc. The person you are now is not the same person that did those things then. Regret and remorse hold you back. Forgive yourself and let yourself off the hook. Recognize the difference between facts and problems. Facts are unchangeable and in the past. Stay calm over facts. Problems can be solved and are in the future. Focus on solving problems, not regretting facts. The key message is that to achieve lasting happiness and peace of mind, you must practice forgiveness of your ex, parents, everyone else, and yourself. Let go of anger, resentment, regret, and remorse. Accept the facts of the past and work on future problems. Forgive for yourself, not others. Choose to forgive and be free. Your interpretation of events, not the events themselves, determines your feelings. Two people can have the same experience but react very differently. You give meaning to everything through your thoughts and perspectives. Your thoughts shape your reality. The fastest way to move from negative to positive and let go of unhappy past experiences is to view your past in a new, more constructive way. Replace negative thoughts with positive ones, and your emotions will change. Reframing your past and developing a happier perspective is never too late. You can reinterpret unhappy childhood memories to make them more positive and elevating. By seeing the past in a new way, you will feel differently about it. In Hinduism, how you live each life determines whether you move up or down in your next incarnation. If you were upbeat and sound, you move up. If you were negative, you move down. How you interpret and react to life events shapes your destiny. Two people reacting differently to the same life event does not mean one is right or wrong. It comes down to perception and interpretation. Choose to perceive life optimistically and constructively. The past is gone, so shift your thinking to focus on the present and future. Dwelling on past regrets and negative experiences keeps you stuck, while positively reframing your thoughts allows you to grow and progress. The key message is that you can determine your feelings about life events through your thoughts. Choose to perceive experiences in an optimistic, empowering way. Let go of the past by reframing your interpretation of it. Focus on the present and future instead of dwelling on past negativity. Your perspective shapes your reality. Helpful. The passages discuss valuable strategies for developing an optimistic outlook, facing challenges with resilience, and finding meaning even in difficult experiences. Many people who have had near-death experiences report seeing themselves lying dead on the operating table as doctors work to renew them. They often describe a feeling of peace, seeing a bright light, and being asked questions about what they learned in life and how they increased their capacity to love. You can reframe difficulties and look for the good in situations to maintain an optimistic mindset. A pessimistic view of the world leads to less happiness and resilience. Life is a series of endless problems and occasional crises. The key is to remain calm, look for the positives, and take action to resolve issues. Worrying about things that never happen is unproductive. Focus on your goals rather than your worries and problems. Looking for the positive helps reduce anxiety and unhappiness. To stop excessive worrying, define the situation clearly, determine the worst possible outcome, resolve to accept it, and take action to improve things. Replacing denial with acceptance reduces stress. Practice zero-based thinking by asking yourself if you're doing anything you wouldn't do again, knowing what you now know. Have the courage to admit mistakes and change direction. Take action to resolve difficulties rather than wasting energy worrying. Change is constant in life. You need to expect and accept change rather than resist it. The most significant source of stress is the inability to deal with change. You can become a master of change by using specific thinking tools. There are three primary drivers of change: information explosion, technological progress, and increased competition. To keep up, you need to learn and improve continuously. In your work life, you must upgrade your skills and get better results to keep your job and income. Customers today are more demanding, so you need to serve them better. In your personal life, expect changes in your relationships as people grow and mature. Interests and priorities change over time. It would help if you adapted to your spouse and friends' changing needs and desires. The quality of your thinking determines your ability to deal with change. Carefully think through the consequences of change and your possible responses. Make the best decisions and take constructive action. With the right mindset, you can turn changes into opportunities rather than threats. Like a willow tree, bend with the winds of change rather than breaking. Accept change with a positive and flexible attitude. With an open mind, you can find ways to benefit from change. The key messages are: expect change, think positively about change, continuously improve to adapt, bend and be flexible rather than rigid, and turn changes into opportunities. Developing the right mindset and skills is vital to mastering change in life and work. People, relationships, and aspirations evolve and change over 7-year cycles. Expect changes and transitions as inevitable parts of life. Mental preparation by visualizing yourself navigating future changes positively can help you better manage change. Accepting change as normal and natural can lower stress and increase resilience. Practicing extrapolatory thinking by anticipating potential crises and changes can help you develop plans to navigate them. Scenario planning and crisis anticipation are valuable tools for individuals and organizations. Developing a long-term perspective and thinking 5 or 10 years ahead about possible changes can help you take steps now to achieve future goals and avoid potential pitfalls. Financial planning and discipline are essential. Developing more options by upgrading skills, diversifying products and services, and anticipating change provide more freedom and control over your destiny. Hope and wishful thinking are not strategies. Concrete plans are needed. Looking ahead and developing contingency plans provide security. Assume significant life changes will happen and build skills and options to adapt. The ability to reinvent yourself is critical. Preparation and doing your homework before change happens is the hallmark of successful people. Develop skills and knowledge before you need them. Future orientation and thinking ahead are vital. The magic wand exercise involves envisioning ideal scenarios in critical life areas like career, relationships, health, and finances. This helps guide the steps needed to achieve goals and desired changes. In summary, anticipating inevitable life changes, developing long-term thinking, creating concrete plans and options, preparation, and envisioning ideal future scenarios are skills that can help you navigate life's transitions successfully. Accepting change as normal and natural is critical to resilience and well-being. In 5 years, if everything was perfect and you earned a good passive income, you could have $500,000 or more in savings based on saving and investing $8,000 to $10,000 per month. $3,000 to $5,000 or more in monthly passive income from investments, interest, and other sources. This could be $36,000 to $60,000 per year in passive income. The keys to achieving this are: practice idealization and imagine your perfect life. Set big goals without limits. Proper prior planning. Thoroughly plan your goals and prepare each detail in advance. Increase your knowledge and skills. Take responsibility for your future. Analyze problems and changes carefully by asking questions to understand the situation. Move through the stages of grief, denial, anger, bargaining, depression, acceptance, resurgence, as quickly as possible. Ask questions like: what happened? How did it happen? What can be done? What actions do I take now? Seek to understand before trying to be understood. Avoid catastrophizing or making assumptions. Look for the lessons and opportunities in difficulties and setbacks. Turn problems into challenges or opportunities. Always look for the good in every situation. Imagine that each difficulty contains a benefit or advantage you can leverage. That's a high-level summary of building wealth and earning passive income over 5 years through planning, continuous learning, managing setbacks effectively, and maintaining an optimistic and opportunistic mindset. Please let me know if you would like me to explain anything in the summary in more detail. Here is a summary of the key lessons. Accept failures and mistakes as inevitable parts of life. Learn from them and move on. Do not dwell on regret and blame. Practice acceptance of things you cannot change. Resistance and resentment only breed unhappiness and stress. Accept changes and losses with grace. Do not regret past actions and decisions. You say, "if only," keeps you in the past and prevents progress. Accept past choices and focus on the present and future. You become what you think about. Focus on what you want, not on what you don't want. Maintain a positive mindset. Fear of loss is a significant motivator, but do not let it paralyze you. You will be okay even after a loss. Do not see yourself as a victim. Accept sunk costs, time, money and effort that cannot be recovered. Refrain from throwing good resources after bad. Cut your losses and move on. Take full responsibility for your situations and your reactions. Blame and excuses only breed negative emotions and helplessness. Take charge of yourself. Focus on solutions, not problems. Do not criticize or complain. That is the mark of a passive victim. Take action to resolve issues instead. Think about how you can do better next time. Learn from your experiences and plan for the future. Focus forward, not backward. As a leader, step up and take responsibility when those you lead fail or disappoint. Focus on teaching them and improving for the future. Those lessons can help build resilience, foster a growth mindset, and lead to greater happiness and success. Accepting difficulties, learning from them, and moving forward positively are critical. Maintaining optimism and taking responsibility rather than blaming others are essential life skills. Accept responsibility for your situation and respond proactively. Stay calm and focused on solutions rather than problems. Adapt to changes quickly. Recognize irreversible changes, accept them, and adjust. Rethink your situation and goals to align with the new reality. Avoid getting stuck in your comfort zone. Be open to change and willing to reorganize your life. Apply the 80-20 rule to focus on high-impact activities. Restructure and re-engineer your life regularly. Delegate or outsource low-value tasks. Simplify and streamline. Reinvent yourself periodically. Imagine starting over and what you would do differently. Make changes to respond to constant change. Regain control of your life by reevaluating, restructuring, and reinventing. Take ownership of your direction and decisions. Become action-oriented. Don't be passive in the face of challenges or change. Respond proactively and urgently. Movement gives you more control. Respond effectively to problems and crises. You can't control the challenges that will arise, but you can manage your response. Respond well to grow stronger and be given more responsibility. Apply the challenge response theory. Growth inevitably brings more challenges. Prepare to respond effectively to whatever arises. Effective responses build your character and skills. View everything as a challenge to respond to proactively. Take action and make positive decisions to shape your circumstances. Be a leader in your own life. The key themes are taking responsibility, adapting to change, continual self-improvement by restructuring your life, responding proactively to challenges, and taking action to shape your circumstances. Focus on solutions and have a growth mindset. Everyone wants to feel good about themselves and be happy. Building solid and loving relationships with others is critical to your happiness and success. How much you like yourself, your self-esteem, determines the quality of your life and relationships. People with high self-esteem tend to be happier and more successful. They raise children with high self-esteem and create positive work environments. Focus on making others feel good about themselves. There are 5 effective ways to build self-esteem in others. Acceptance. Accept people as they are. Smile, make eye contact, and show you enjoy their company. Acceptance satisfies people's need to feel unconditionally accepted. Appreciation. Express appreciation whenever you can. Say thank you and give compliments. Gratitude makes people feel valued and raises their self-esteem. Attention. Give people your undivided attention. Make eye contact, listen actively, and be fully present. Your engagement makes them feel important. Affection. Express warmth, caring, and kindness. Hug, touch, and speak in a warm tone of voice. Your affection and kindness raise people's self-esteem. Approval. Give praise, compliments, and encouragement whenever possible. Your approval and validation make people feel valued and boost their confidence and self-esteem. Building self-esteem in others also makes your self-esteem. The more you give to others, the better you feel about yourself. Focus on using these behaviors to strengthen relationships and increase happiness and success. Expressing gratitude and saying please and thank you leads to positive outcomes. People will help you more and support you. Always say please and thank you. End conversations by thanking the other person. Give compliments and express admiration for others. Complimenting specific traits, qualities, or possessions makes people feel good and valued. Expressing respect for people's surroundings or items also makes them feel good. Compliments should be genuine. Providing approval and praise satisfies people's need for validation. Giving immediate, specific credit for desired behaviors will motivate people to continue those behaviors. Support and recognition reinforce good habits and performance. Ignoring undesired behaviors will discourage them. Praising people publicly multiplies the impact. Appraise and give feedback on poor performance privately. Paying attention to others by listening builds trust and rapport. Asking questions, pausing before replying, clarifying, and paraphrasing what others say are keys to effective listening. Listening makes people feel important and raises their self-esteem. Leaders and famous people are good listeners. Listening guides conversations and builds influence. In summary, expressing gratitude, giving compliments, providing approval and praise, and listening attentively to others are effective ways to motivate, build trust, and improve relationships. These techniques will make you a better leader and positively impact those around you. To understand others, rephrase what they said in your own words and have them confirm you understood correctly. Only then respond with your perspective. Practicing feedback during arguments can help reduce disputes. One person expresses their thoughts, the other rephrases them until the first agrees they understand, then the other can share their perspective, which the first must also summarize. This slows down arguments and promotes understanding. You can practice the 5 A's: acceptance, appreciation, admiration, approval, attention, in all your interactions to build your and others' self-esteem. Start with family, then extend to others. It will become habit. Relationships require work. Identify common problems and resolve them to improve happiness. Key principles for good relationships: total commitment from both sides. Lack of responsibility leads to insecurity and problems. Make a 100% commitment to the relationship's success. Don't try to change the other person. Accept them as they are. Trying to change them attacks their self-esteem and causes problems. Regular and honest communications. Discuss feelings, desires, and relationship issues openly and honestly while considering the other's perspective. Express love and affection regularly. Say "I love you" often, hug, kiss, and hold hands. Physical intimacy leads to emotional and relationship intimacy. Respect each other's opinions and desires, compromise when disagreeing. Treat your partner as an equal. Spend quality time together. Make the relationship a priority and set aside time to connect without distractions. Engage in shared interests together. Express appreciation and compliment your partner regularly. Say thank you for both big and little things. Compliment them and the relationship. Listen actively and empathize. Please pay attention to your partner and acknowledge their feelings. Seek to understand their perspective. Be flexible and willing to compromise. A successful relationship requires adaptability and finding mutually agreeable solutions. Laugh often together. Make the relationship fun. Tease and joke with your partner in a kind-hearted way. Laughing releases endorphins that improve mood and intimacy. The most profound human need is unconditional acceptance by essential people in one's life, especially romantic partners. The author didn't see anything he would want to change in his wife. His wife didn't initially believe him but eventually realized he was telling the truth. Unconditional acceptance is critical to a happy marriage. Jealousy stems from lack of love and criticism as a child. It causes unhappiness and insecurity. High self-esteem is the antidote. Value yourself for who you are, not what others think of you. Self-pity is often learned from a parent. It comes from the need for more goals and purpose. The antidote is staying busy pursuing your dreams and passions. Focus on self-efficacy and competence, different from what you need. Self-pity disappears as self-esteem rises. Negative expectations also come from childhood criticism. They lead to frustration when unmet. The antidote is having positive expectations of your partner. Expect the best from them. High expectations will encourage your partner's best behavior. Incompatibility is a common cause of relationship failure. People change, especially in their 20s, and can grow apart. Look for common goals, values, and laughter. Accept incompatibility if it happens. No one is at fault. Denial causes stress. Try counseling or reconnecting through communication. But sometimes change can't be undone. Accept that too. Whatever happens in a relationship, listen to your heart and do what feels right. If you grow apart from your partner, accept and deal with it maturely. No one is to blame, it just happens. Don't stay in a relationship just because of what others might think. There are 6 keys to successful relationships. Compatibility: be with someone with similar interests, values, and likes. How you spend your leisure time is a good indicator of compatibility. Comfortable silences and balanced conversation are signs of compatibility. Opposites attract, but only in temperament. Look for balance in personality, like an outgoing person with an introverted person. But be similar in other areas. Total commitment: true love means being dedicated to the happiness and growth of your partner. Genuinely liking each other, love your partner and also like them. Look for your best friend and someone you can share life with openly. Having similar attitudes and outlooks, look for someone equally positive or negative as yourself. Positive and negative people usually don't match well. Communication: the quality of communication determines relationship quality. Recognize differences like how men and women think and communicate. Practice listening patiently, avoiding interrupting, pausing before responding, clarifying, and returning what the other said. To grow in a relationship, set the goal to build a high-quality relationship and work at it constantly. Your self-esteem and how you view yourself determine how well you do in relationships. Poor relationships are usually the source of negative feelings, so improve relationships to feel better. As you become more positive, your relationships will improve. And as relationships improve, you will become happier. Here's a summary. Successful people are clear about their values and purpose. They develop clear goals and plans in line with these values and ideals. Identify 3 to 5 of your most values to get clarity on your essential deals. Examine how you behave when practicing each value. Understand why each matter is important to you. To develop purpose, imagine your ideal future and visualize your perfect life in 5 years. Create a collage or vision board depicting this perfect future. Continually imagine living this ideal life. Determine your life's mission and purpose by imagining your obituary. Decide how you want to be remembered and the impact you want to have. Then live in a way that creates this legacy. Ask yourself questions like, why do I get up each morning? Why do I do the work I do? Why am I in this relationship? Where do I want to end up in life? Find your answers to gain clarity on your purpose. Set clear written goals for all areas of your life. Break down long-term goals into interim monthly or yearly plans. Set deadlines for your goals and review/revise them regularly. People with clear, specific written goals achieve much more than those without. The keys to achievement are values, vision, mission, purpose, goals, plans, belief, desire, determination, persistence, and hard work. With clarity in these areas, you can achieve extraordinary things. Here is a summary of the key points. Emotions energize your goals. The more positive you feel about your goals, the faster you will achieve them. Positive emotions activate your mental faculties and propel you forward. Identify the major obstacles or difficulties in achieving your goals and resolve to overcome them first. Minor annoyances are not goals. Achieving them will not significantly improve your life. Set ambitious goals that require effort and determination. Identify the additional knowledge, skills, and abilities you need to achieve your goals. Continuously acquire new knowledge and skills to progress. Identify the people and groups who can help you achieve your goals. Help others achieve their goals in return. Build mutually beneficial relationships. Make a plan by organizing your goals and activities by sequence and priority. Focus on the 20% of activities that generate 80% of the results. Take action immediately. Do something every day to achieve your most important goal. Momentum builds upon itself. Set clear priorities to determine what is most important and valuable to you. You cannot manage time, only how you spend it. Choose the sequence of events in your life. You are always free to choose. Take continual action toward your goals and dreams. Your self-esteem depends on your self-efficacy, how effectively you achieve your goals. Performance-based self-esteem comes from achieving your goals and becoming a new person. Remember and build upon your past successes. Learn that everyone successful today started from the bottom. Develop an intense drive for excellence and continuous self-improvement. All skills are learnable with practice and persistence. Do not be satisfied with your current level of performance. Push to the front through continuous learning and practice. No one is better or wiser than you. Those doing better have just developed critical skills through practice. You can achieve the same results. Success is open to all. All skills are learnable. Anyone can improve and excel at their job through hard work and continuous learning. Personal development and continuous self-improvement can transform your life. It boosts your self-esteem and confidence and leads to tremendous success and fulfillment. Becoming excellent at your critical skills or area of work builds unshakable confidence and self-esteem. Focus on developing your weakest important skill. Set specific and measurable goals to improve your critical skills and abilities. Take action daily to achieve them. Focus intensely on results and high-impact activities. The top 20% of your work accounts for 80% of your results. Focus on your highest value tasks. Increase your productivity by determining why you're being paid, your key results and responsibilities, unique contributions, and best time use. Your self-esteem depends on the level of your accurate contributions. The more you contribute, the higher your self-esteem and success. Develop an upbeat personality through positive self-talk, visualization, surrounding yourself with positive people, feeding your mind positive material, continuous self-improvement, and practicing healthy habits. The key messages are: take responsibility for your learning and success, set goals to build critical skills, focus on high-impact work and natural contributions, and maintain an optimistic and growth-oriented mindset. Continuous self-improvement and an upbeat personality are the foundations for excellence and self-esteem. You are a good and worthy person with unlimited potential. Your beliefs and expectations shape your reality and life experiences. Choosing positive thoughts and expectations leads to positive outcomes. You are important in many ways, to yourself, your loved ones, your work, and your community. Feeling essential and valuable leads to happiness and success. You have free will and control over your thoughts and choices. You can choose positive or negative thoughts, which lead to positive or negative results. You have a destiny and purpose. Accepting and pursuing this leads to ambition and life direction. The only limits you face are the ones you impose on yourself through self-limiting beliefs. You can overcome them. You should unlock your potential, accomplish great things, and become an extraordinary person. You can achieve virtually anything you want with determination and hard work. Release negative feelings, forgive others, dedicate yourself to excellence, and take control of your destiny. Book link click here.